What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here for our Sunday morning week in review. Week that was, week that is. It is the weekly wrap-up show. Run through some stuff, hit on all three sports, talk a little bit of cards, a little bit of updates. Big week this week. I'm recording this very early on Saturday afternoon, middle of the day Saturday. I had a card show this morning. I have a trade night tonight at 101 Sports Cards up in Cleveland. It's a combo trade night / all-star Saturday night party that they're having at the shop. So as soon as I finish recording this and get it edited and uploaded for as you're watching it Sunday morning, I will be on my way to 101 for the trade night. So anything crazy that happens on Saturday night, all-star, dunk contest, 3-point contest, whatever, I haven't seen it yet. Also, this upcoming week is the Atlanta Culture Collision card show, which I will be attending. I fly out early Friday morning and fly home Sunday. So I will be in attendance Friday and Saturday at probably all the various trade nights and whatnot. I will most likely be hanging out on the show floor, roaming around, and or Flipping Steve has a table. I'll probably be hanging out with him some, maybe partially set up. I don't really know yet. He's set up with Roth Cards and Kenny Fornos and that crew. So I will probably be in that general area. If anyone is planning on attending, let me know in the comments down below. Track me down, say hello. I will have some stickers with me. I don't have a ton left. I need to order more, but I will have some stickers with me. So if you run into me in Atlanta and you want a sticker, let me know. I'll be happy to pass those out. But yeah, big week this week. Big week. This past week, let's see, news-wise stuff. The two big things, I'll start with the one first and then lead into the other one, and then we're going to swing back around to the other one. That's not confusing. Topps came out this week. Topps Series 1, prices on Wander Franco stuff is already crazy, and then has already come way down and is crazy again. We'll talk about the crazy again here in a minute, but there's been some crazy Wander Franco sales. The speculation is that the print run on this thing is absolutely gigantic. If there's something you really want out of this set that is not numbered or not short printed, I would just wait. Especially if you're talking about like just paper Wander Francos. Those things will probably be a dime a dozen by the time all this stuff flushes out. So, we'll see how it all falls out, but I would not be chasing anything super hard on that. I don't know. I would not be buying Series 1 wax to sit on and hold or anything crazy like that. This product is printed into the ground. The other big thing that happened this week, and to be honest, I have not had enough time to dig in and give this a fair shake. It's been a little crazy last couple days here around the Neo compound. We had about a foot of snow on the ground, and then it rained about 2 inches on top of that foot of snow. And the opposite side from where my office is got some water in the basement. Nothing too crazy, but enough to derail pretty much my entire day, Thursday night and most of the day Friday, moving things out of the way, going through some stuff, cleaning up, bagging stuff up that needed to be thrown away. Nothing crazy got ruined or anything. Nothing of any real value got ruined. And it wasn't like I had like a foot of water or anything, but it was enough that some cardboard boxes got wet, and that never ends well. We typically don't have problems, but the one other time that we did was a similar situation. So I have not had time to dig into. Sponsor of today's show, MySlabs.com, has rolled out raw card sales on their website. The big thing I have gleaned from quickly glancing and just a general internet chatter on this is it's 3% selling fees on raw cards. So a little bit different there versus the 1%, plus PayPal goods and services and whatnot on the slab side. That has not changed. It's still 1% for slabs plus PayPal goods and services. Raw cards will be 3% plus PayPal goods and services. And you can also post lots as well. Big thing to keep in mind here, they kind of built themselves in a floor so they don't get a bunch of junk. And I like that the raw stuff is kind of walled off from everything else. So if you don't care about looking at raw cards, you don't have to. You have to actively go look for them if you want to look for them. Same with comic books. Raw comic books are also on here now as well. There's kind of a built-in floor pricing for this stuff, though, because with my slabs, you do have to do tracked shipping. So that's like at minimum $4, $5, plus the selling fees. So it should build in, like, there's certain cards that really don't make sense to sell on here on the ultra low end, which I am perfectly fine with. But excited to see this roll out, excited to see where this goes. As we all know, it is good for competition. eBay, good, bad, or indifferent. They have some pros to them, but they also have some cons and some things that gets on people's nerves. And they were also in the news a little bit earlier this week with the lowering of the authentication services to $500 and slightly increasing fees. So MySlabs, I believe, is becoming more and more of a viable option for people. And at minimum, you should be posting your stuff over there if it's in hand and you're listing it on eBay. There is no reason not to have it listed in both places. And you could put it at a little slight discount on MySlabs and potentially move the card a little bit easier. So let's get a quick word from our sponsor, MySlabs.com, and then we will go ahead and dive into today's video.
Tired of paying 10%, 15%, or more to sell your cards, comics, and digital collectibles? How does 1% sound? Too good to be true? Well, not anymore. MySlabs.com is the web's premier user-driven marketplace for buying and selling slabbed cards, sealed wax, and now slabbed comics and digital collectibles. So the next time you're forced to pay 10% or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com and join the 1% revolution.
Once again, shout out to MySlabs.com for sponsoring today's video. And with that, let's circle back to the other thing that we talked about, Top Series 1. We have our first WTF Are We Doing people. Someone already has a PSA 10 Wander Franco graded. This product just came out this week. So this means they probably got it. I'm guessing they ripped it at the Topps party last weekend. That's my speculation. I have no idea for sure. But there was a Topps party, or I think very early this week or over last weekend, where a bunch of this stuff got ripped. And someone had to basically walk through this thing to have it back this fast. This is already way more than what it should be at $730, in my opinion. Topps paper, base rookies, even a Soto, who is a little shorter print because it's update, and I still think the population on that is out of control, is like $180 card. Actually, no, like $125, $150 card. This is absolutely wild. One that someone would risk, because you don't know that you're going to get a PSA 10. They probably spent at least $300 to $400 to get this graded. Probably 300, maybe more, to get this graded this quickly. And, hope that you get the 10 on it. And then hope that nothing weird happens with this. Like if someone shill bids this to some dumb number, which isn't out of, could happen, then it doesn't sell, then you're stuck waiting 4 days for it. In the meantime, more get graded, more hit the market. This price is not going to hold on this card. This card, I honestly don't think in the long run would barely make sense to send at a $50 economy level, in my opinion. Once this thing flushes out, maybe I would send it at a $50 economy level. I don't know, but this card is not going to be a $700 card for very long. And this still has 2 days left on it. I will try to remember to link to this in a pinned comment down below or in the description to this video so you could follow along, because I'm sure that this will be a fun one to watch. But this is an absolutely ridiculous price. This should never go for this much. And if you're bidding on this, I don't really know what you're doing. This card is not going to be hard to find. You'll probably be able to wallpaper bedrooms with it if you want to. This card will be everywhere. So I've said my piece on that. But that's really the big baseball thing of the week is the Wander Franco PSA 10. And this has got the new PSA 10 team bag that they send stuff back in. I do have a PSA submission coming back. Side note, which I'll talk about this more in the reveal video. PSA regular service is cranking. I sent 3 cards at the $100 level at the January 31st. I shipped them out. They would be back in my hands on Tuesday. So about 20 some days, like total days, for $100. If anyone is curious at what regular service is running at, I know the grades already. They popped, they shipped. They will be here Monday or Tuesday of this week. Moving along in baseball, and I feel like we should talk about this real quick before we kind of dive into more charts and graphs. It sounds spring training is delayed. That's going to happen. It sounds like they're meeting a bunch this week. I think this week's going to tell the story on a lot of what's going to happen, because you're going to start running very close. I believe the drop dead date that MLB set down was February 28th to still have the season start on time. And that's going to be here before you know it. I really wish they would get their stuff figured out and see what it does to the baseball market. Now, some stuff is starting to creep up a little bit. Let's run through some stuff here. This is the Vlad Guerrero Topps Chrome Prism Refractor is up a little bit this week. $70 jump, 15%. I just traded one of these away, actually. So a nice little jump for that card over the last 2 weeks. Baseball in general is still mostly flat. It is showing some signs of a heartbeat on some key players and on some cards, but not across the board. Acuna, his stuff has been creeping up a little bit. This is his rainbow foil. Don't talk about these cards a ton on the channel, but very, very nice card. These look great in person. Pop 250 on these. Very, very tough grades in a PSA 10. This card's up 16% this week, up $135 from $840 to $975. I can tell you the Acuna auto that I traded for just recently, we valued that at like $1,400 in trade value because there was no recent comps on it. Since then, and that was about 2 weeks ago when I made that deal, a raw one has sold and a BGS 9.5 has sold. The raw one went for over $1,000 and the BGS 9.5 went for $1,500. So Acuna stuff seems to be moving. The other one that's moving is Soto, and full disclosure, I own one of these. This is the Bowman's Best PSA 10. This thing out of nowhere kind of caught fire the last couple weeks, really the last week. There was a sale on the 12th at $1,600. Another one on the 16th for $1,700. That's not confusing. And then one just sold on the 17th for $2,500. When I first saw that one at $2,500, I immediately went, that seems a little suspect. And then I went and looked, and there are none available for cheaper than $2,500. So someone must have really wanted one and came up to get it. So it seems a little off compared to what the other ones have been doing. It's a big jump up from the previous sale. But I guess someone really just wanted the card. I do think it's a great card. And once again, I have one. I did not expect it to jump to $2,500. So, but the comp's the comp. It was a straight buy it now, I believe. On that, yeah, straight buy it now. Just someone smashed the bin on that one. So I don't know. One sold, and like I said, there's none cheaper on the market because that's always the first thing I go to look at to see if there's something suspect going on. But from everything I could tell, it looks legit. So Soto stuff continues to heat up a little bit. I could tell you on his first Bowman, the PSA 9 is down slightly. This is a little bit more of a stretched out view because these don't sell as often. His PSA 10, the last sale was $68.50 on February 2nd. So it's been a hot minute. I can tell you right now, there's one on auction at $7,300 with like 2 days left on it, or a day left on it. I think it ends Sunday night. And it's already at $7,300. So that's going to come in over that one. The last PSA 9 did $2,900. Ones prior to that did around $3,500. This $2,900 one was actually a My Slabs sale, so that might be why it's a little bit cheaper. But that's still a pretty decent discount, even factoring in the My Slabs factor. But yeah, the next first Bowman's going to go for $7,300. So I guess it's only natural that the Bowman's Best is going to get pulled along with the first Bowman auto as Soto rookie auto stuff continues to climb. Switching over to basketball. NBA All-Star Weekend, it is here in Cleveland. I debated on potentially going to some of the events, but I just looked into it, and there's, with the Atlanta trip coming up and some other stuff going on, it didn't make sense. But I will gladly watch the game tomorrow night. I actually missed most of the Friday night stuff when I was live streaming with Dakota on Friday. So Zion and Ja. Let's take a little peek in on these guys. PSA 10 Silver Prisms, haven't done this for a few weeks. Ja continues to be above Zion, so we finally have that separation there. The interesting thing was there was a weird rumor that got floated around, and no one of any actual substance, like the myriad of actual top flight NBA reporters, has mentioned this. This came from, I believe, a reporter in New Orleans. I don't know if it was for the newspaper or what, said that there's a possibility that Zion may need a second surgery. I'm guessing that's what caused this one right here at $1,300 to go off. I'm guessing that's an auction, and it quickly rebounded back up to $1,500. But it's at least out there that he potentially needs a second surgery. Whether he does or not, I don't know. If he has a second surgery, That is a massively major red flag. Not that he doesn't have enough red flags already, but a second foot surgery for him because this one didn't recover correctly. I would be scared as hell if I had Zion stuff. Uh, in general, though, I went back 30 days on this. Ja and Zion have basically been flat, relatively speaking. Zion is down 4%, Ja 0% change. Completely flat, which kind of sums up most of the NBA market right now. We did a video about a week ago kind of breaking down the modern NBA market since Christmas, and it's basically been stagnant. It's not going down really, but it's also not going way up. At least not everything. There are going to be a couple cards going up that we're going to talk about here, but generally speaking, the NBA market has been very, very flat. Now, the trade deadline did shake the snow globe a little bit, and we are seeing price movement on some of those guys. It kind of took a little extra longer for this stuff to kick in. First one, Harden, his 2009, one of the most boring cards ever created, PSA 10 tops. This card's up a pretty decent chunk. This is going back 14 days on this, so this takes us pre-trade deadline up until today. Low pop on this at 194, but this card's up 42%, a $465 increase from just over $1,000 to $1,500. Obviously, with him on the 76ers now, and with Embiid just going ham on the league, they are probably one of the favorites for the Eastern Conference Finals, along with the Bucks and the Heat, in my opinion. I think it's a 3-team race for the top of the Eastern Conference. I know the seeding might not look like that yet, but to me, those are the 3 best teams in the East as it presently stands. Curious to see what Harden looks like with Embiid out there. We haven't actually seen it yet, so there are still some question marks there. But Harden did get a bump based off that trade, and so did Embiid. This took a little extra while, but his stuff has finally moved. This is his 2014 Prism Silver PSA 10. There's only 72 of these on the population report. It jumped $750 in the last 2 weeks, from 2,100 to 2,800, a 35% increase. Nice little come up for Embiid there. If he didn't have the health concerns, what he is doing this year is absolutely insane. I was actually curious. I looked and I compared his PSA 10 Prism to Joker's PSA 10 Prism, and the Joker is going for about 3,200, slightly more population, but not much. It's like 1,100, or like 120 pop count on that one. And to me, they are very comparable players, except the Joker doesn't have the injury concerns, and he's having an insane season. Really, in all reality, he should probably be the #1 candidate for MVP when you look at the numbers. What he is doing is just absolutely nuts, especially considering he's dragging that Denver team along, and they're actually having a pretty decent season considering they're missing Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., which there's rumors that Porter Jr. might be coming back soon, so that's a little interesting. And we should be seeing Jamal Murray at some point in time pretty soon as well. So I don't know there, but Embiid got a nice little run up. Let's flip over and talk football really quick and then kind of close this puppy out. We looked at a lot of the Super Bowl stuff, so I'm going to kind of steer away from that. I wanted to take a peek in at Patrick Mahomes. This is going back 14 days on him. This is his PSA 10 Silver. Last sale was on the 17th, so about 2 days ago. Down 20%, 1,400 hit to him coming down. Not surprised by this. I keep saying I'm going to make this video, but personally, I feel Mahomes PSA 10 Silver Prism is probably, and I don't own one of these, so, I guess, who am I to say? But to me, this feels like one of the most overvalued cards in the ultra modern market. There is so much baked into that price that I worry that he might not hit. I don't think it's that far out of the realm of possibility that he just never wins another Super Bowl again, because the AFC one is loaded, and a lot of that Chiefs team is on the downhill side. Kelsey's not getting any younger. Tyreek Hill keeps having these little nagging injuries here and there. That team is older. They were kind of built. They had their window. Don't get me wrong, Mahomes is still amazing. But when you look at the larger, broader scope of the direction of that team's foundation is moving in, and also the fact that you have a lot of young firepower in the AFC with Burrow and Allen and Herbert and Lamar Jackson and a few others, that just gets tricky to keep going back and winning Super Bowls year after year if you can't even get out of the AFC. The AFC playoffs are going to be a murderer's row week after week, most likely. So I would not want any part of Mahomes Silver at 6K plus. I think that card's extremely overvalued, in my opinion. So much baked into that price. Burrow, this is his rookie Optic holo out of 99 auto. We've talked about this card before on the channel, just not necessarily the Burrow specifically, but in general, this card itself I absolutely adore. I think it's one of the best looking, cleanest looking cards out there. The Optic autos out of 99. They've got a holo finish to them. This is a PSA 10 on this. Pop 17. Not a ton of sales on this, but I did go back 30 days. Down 21%, down $1,100. It went for a peak of $11,000 on February 11th. Prior to that, it was going for $7K, and then the last sale is down to 4.1. So a lot of fluctuation on this one. Imagine being the person that bought at $11K on this card. It's an awesome card. I would not spend $11,000 on it. And last but not least, quick check-in on Tom Brady. Bowman Chrome, Bowman Base, PSA 10, PSA 9. PSA 10 is actually down slightly, down 3K. It's a 14% hit, down to 1,700. PSA 9's up ever so slightly. PSA 10 paper is actually up quite a bit, 22% up. But the PSA 9 is down 22%. So Brady's a little all over the place. I think we're going to consistently see these little ups, downs with him. But I don't see a major price correction or anything crazy happening on the Brady side of things. So that's all I have for you guys and girls today. Keep this one a little shorter than normal because I got to run to the trade night. In regards to content coming up this week, I would like to I'm going to try to get this done on Sunday. We have a couple things going on Sunday. I want to do a deep dive Marvel card market update. Marvel cards are in market movers now. At least a lot of them are, and more getting added every day. So I want to kind of dive in and play around with that and most likely do a video on it. I feel like the Marvel card market is starting to plateau and kind of level off, but I need to dig in and look at some data on that to be sure. So that's probably going to be Monday's video, maybe Tuesday's. I will also have a PSA reveal video at some point in time. Those cards will be here Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon. So that video will be up some point in time. If I make any pickups tonight at the trade night, I made one pickup today at the show. So I'll wrap that in. If I make any wheels and deals at the old trade night tonight, we'll probably do a video on that. And I also sent some more cards off to SGC. I sent another 4-card order of some lower end Marvel cards off to SGC. That video is recorded. I am not sure when that'll be up yet. I should quickly note as well, while we're just kind of talking about content for this week, I don't know next Sunday if this video will be out. It might get pushed to Monday. I'm taking my laptop with me. I just don't know that I'm going to have time to record. So if there's not a weekly Sunday market or weekend review video next Sunday, that will go up next Monday. Like I said, I just don't know what's going to be happening in regards because I'll be in Atlanta. So I am not sure what's going to be going on with that yet. So like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube jazz down below. Go check out the My Slabs Raw Card stuff. See what they got going on over there if that piques your interest. And we will catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.